Hi everyone, my name is Mahender. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to explain how can we find out net force acting on a body and how can we draw free body diagram. Net force. The net force is the sum of all forces acting on an object. Here is an object. See, 5 newtons force is acting on this object and also 7 newtons is also acting. So what is the total force acting on this object? Here two forces are acting towards the right side. It means two forces are acting in the same direction. Whenever two forces are acting in the same direction, we have to add the two forces. So F net is equal to F1 plus F2. So here F1 is 5 newtons and F2 is 7 newtons. 5 plus 7 newtons, that is equal to 12 newtons. So 12 newtons force is acting on this object towards right. Let us see one more example. Here 5 newtons force is acting towards right and 7 newtons force is acting towards left. So what is the net force acting on this object? If we observe here, the two forces are opposite in direction. Whenever the two forces are opposite in direction, those forces must be subtracted. And here F net is equal to F1 minus F2. F net is equal F1 minus F2. So F1 you take as larger force 7 newtons minus 5 newtons, that is equal to 2 newtons. 2 newtons is the net force acting finally towards left side. Find the net forces from the following diagrams. Here you can see there are total 3 forces, 8 newtons, 10 newtons and 12 newtons are acting on this object. If you observe here, 8 newtons force and 10 newtons force are acting towards the right side. It means these forces should be added and 12 newtons force is acting towards the left side. So it should be subtracted from that. So finally F net is equal to F1 plus F2 minus F3. So F1 is here we consider as 8 newtons, F2 is 10 newtons and F3 is 12 newtons. So it is equal to 8 newtons plus 10 newtons minus 12 newtons. 8 plus 10, 18 newtons minus 12 newtons. So that is equal to 6 newtons. 6 newtons is the F net finally acting on this object. Now here 8 newtons force is acting on the object towards right and 8 newtons force is acting on the object towards left, opposite in direction. So these forces should be subtracted. F net is equal F1 minus F2. So F1 is here we can consider 8 newtons minus 8 newtons. 8 minus 8, that is equal to 0. It means the net force acting on the object is 0. There is no force acting on this object. Now 9 newtons force acting towards upward and 8 newtons force acting towards downward. So F net on this object is F1 minus F2 because those forces are opposite in direction. So 9 newtons minus 8 newtons, it is equal to 1 newton. 1 newton is the F net here. Now free body diagram. How to indicate the forces acting on the free body diagram? If you observe here, first of all, the force exerted by the engine acts capital F, it is towards right. So capital F is the force applied by the engine. And there is a frictional force created between the rod and tires and the frictional force is opposite to the motion of the object. Here the car is moving towards right, so the frictional force acts towards left side. So frictional force small f friction applied by the road. And one more force, gravitational force always acts towards down, that is equal to W gravitational force or Fg. It acts always towards downward. And finally, normal force N1 and N2. These two forces are opposite to the gravitational force. N1 and N2 normal forces are N1 and N2. So these are the all forces acting on free body diagram. Here we need to find out the F net along two directions. One is along x-axis, another one is along y-axis. If you observe here along x-axis, two forces are acting. So what are the forces acting on the x-axis? We will find out now. Net force along x-axis or x direction, F net x is equal capital F minus small f. Capital F is the force exerted by the engine, small f is the frictional force by the road. This is the net force along x-axis. Next, net force along y-axis or y direction, F net is equal N1 plus N2. These are normal forces because we are adding N1 and N2 are in same direction. That's why we have added N1 plus N2 and minus W. Here W is a gravitational force, it is downward acting. So these are the F nets along x-axis and y-axis. Next topic is pressure. If you observe the picture here, a pencil is pierced on the palm which is a broader side. If we apply the force on our palm, we do not feel more pain, we feel less pain. It is not pierced into the skin. But if we reverse that, if we keep the sharper edge on our palm and pierce, it hurts you. So what is the reason here? So here in the second situation, the surface area of the pencil is very less. Even though when we apply the same force in the two situations, second case we feel very pain. So here pressure applies a key role in this. Pressure is the force acting perpendicularly on unit area surface is called pressure. The formula of pressure is equal to force by area. Now CGS unit of pressure is dyne per centimeter square. MKS unit of pressure is Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square is also called as Pascal. Here is a numerical based on the pressure. The surface area of an object is 20 meters square and a force of 10 Newton is applied on it. Then what is the pressure? First of all, we have to write the values which are there in the question. Area 20 meters square, force 10 newtons. What is the pressure? Formula of pressure is force by area. Substitute the values in this equation. Pressure is equal to force value is 10 and area is 20. That is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5 Newton meter square or Pascal. Thanks for watching this video.